Well, they do everything big in Texas, as you know. You can tell by the level of these mic stands that that's true. You know that this is the exact 10th anniversary of... So we're in celebration of that, and we're also celebrating today the 50th time that we've had the pleasure of working with Jensen and Jared. So thank you all very much for allowing us that honor. And best of all, it's in Texas, their home state. So at this time, it's really a great pleasure to welcome the two gentlemen who not only have given us entertainment for 10 years, but have really made a positive difference for so many of us, including myself. So please join me in welcoming Jensen and Jared.
Texas. I think it's hey y'all. That's right. I think last time they laughed, we said a y'all. I think it was in Vancouver.
No, it was in Minneapolis.
Was it Minneapolis?
It was in Minneapolis. Hey y'all. They're like, what?
Crazy borders. Howdy y'all. I love that. Howdy y'all. We were just informed, but I don't know, some of y'all probably knew, but we were informed by Gary and Adam on the way up here that this was our 10-year anniversary. Has anybody, and don't be ashamed if not, has anybody been here all 10 years? Has anybody seen the pilot? Nice.
And so our parents, that's thank you. That's good.
How cool. Is that demon?
So good.
Oh my God, don't encourage them.
What is it? Oh, got it.
Thanks for that.
Love you back.
Thank you for sharing.
Who's the first timer? Welcome to the family. I saw a lot of over there, right?
Right here.
Yes. And your dog just threw something into the aisle. Was that the dog?
I think he was on a call, and she was on a call, and yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty obviously a she, Jensen.
Obviously.
For those who can't see, the dog is sort of like prone towards us right there. I'm not a veterinarian per se. She's a doll.
No, she steals your dolls.
But I mean, she is also a doll. And a dog. It's kind of like the whole...
Obviously, Jared, I mean, I'm not a veterinarian, but plainly see that as a canine.
When is a door not a door?
When it's ajar. We got bad jokes all day.
It's early. It's early.
When is a mountain not a mountain?
When is a mountain not a mountain?
When it's a volcano. I'm reading your man.
That's how slow I am. It's like a volcano. Well, we are thrilled to be back in Texas.
Absolutely.
Feels like home, smells like home. Opening Sunday of football.
How many people are actually from the area? Are there any Plano people here? What about Richardson people? I'm gonna go on a limb here. Is there any Berkner alumni here?
Yeah, I see a Ram.
Sweet.
Your daughter's a Ram? All right.
2004.
So the year before we started.
2004.
Well, without further ado, let's get to some fun questions. I always pick first.
Or maybe not fun questions. Maybe like really serious, heavy questions.
Yeah. Or fun questions. 2 arms right here, 2 hands. 2 arms. That's a lot of people. I like your shirt. Hi.
I could hear you. Could just talk loud. We'll repeat your question. We're good at this. The mic's not working. It's okay.
Deliver them. You know what? Can you throw them from there?
No, I'm just kidding.
Very cool.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He always does that. Very cool.
Okay, and my question is, so what's your favorite concert that you've ever been to, and what is a band or singer that you would like to sing concert that you haven't before?
Ooh, we had a pretty fun concert. We went and saw Eddie Vedder play live. It was a charity benefit, and so we got to sit, 15 feet from Eddie V.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. And who would I like? Who would you like to see live? I wish I could have seen Stevie Ray live, which never happened. That would have been fun.
You stole that from me.
You're reading my mind.
Yes, we do share that longing. Best concert. I saw in high school. I saw Kansas open for Styx. That was pretty awesome.
This is a close second. When I was about 10 years old, I saw one concert, In Vogue, Vanilla Ice, and MC Hammer.
And Vanilla Ice.
I'm not shooting you. It was the concert to end all concerts.
How do you go to another concert after that?
And surprisingly, Vanilla was the closer. I would have thought it would have been In Vogue, Vanilla, Hammer, but it was Vogue, Hammer.
Don't you just call him V-Ice?
V-Ice. I do. Ice Ice Baby. Thank you.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with right here.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to know what the cheesiest pickup line you've ever used or been used on you was.
The cheesiest pickup line?
Yeah.
That's ever used or been used?
Or been used. Yeah.
I introduced myself as Jared Padalecki. That's failed.
It's because
I don't think I've really.
Has anybody ever said a cheesy pickup line?
Yeah, like, did you just fall out of the plane because you're the bomb? Something stupid like that.
This is a little dirty, I guess. I was at a restaurant in New York with 2 of my friends, and I was in a relationship at the time. And we were eating, and our waitress at the end of the meal came and sat next to me and put her hand on my thigh like this, and there's a piece of paper in it. And she goes, "Just bought a new mattress. I'd love some help breaking it in." My buddy's going, "What?" He walks away. I was like, take this. So, needless to say, I did not help anybody break anything in. Thank you. You are the
Not kidding. And I think my reaction, she was like, "Did you just fall from a plane? Because you're the bomb." And I went,
yes.
Sorry, I wrote it down so I don't waffle.
just rifling through emails,
She's
aren't
reading
you?
her email. I forgot
It's like, I've just got to text my boss back real quick, let him know why I'm not at work.
Sorry. It was about, first of all, if it's too spoilery, I understand if you can't answer.
You wrote all this down?
Not the ums, sorry. This is because I was trying to make it succinct. Are you allowed to say whether you think Sam still has a bit of demon blood? This is since you mentioned it on Twitter.
I think Sam still does have demon blood in him.
What?
Yeah, girl. I think so. I think so. I think it's going to be something that plagues him for a long time. Oh, is there more?
Yeah. So,
She was still stalling, actually.
That wasn't even the question. That was an appetizer question.
have you seen the Facebook post? There's a much longer version. Also from season 11 promo, is the darkness seeking out Sam? Because it looks like it has Sam with demon blood written all over it, and the flashbacks. It sort of gave me flashbacks to when 11 breaks and that kind of thing.
There was a bit of an echo. Is the darkness seeking out Sam? Well, the darkness is around, and something is seeking out Sam. I don't want to give away too much of who and what, but yeah, that promo came out. I didn't know the promo came out until a couple days ago. They were like, cool promo. I was like, I wasn't told about anything. So I watched it, and it's nice and torturing, which is kind of terrifying. But yeah, we'll see a lot of the darkness, and we'll see a lot of things seeking out Sam and Ackles.
And Belle right there waving. Yes.
So before, assuming you kind of know what the darkness is, before knowing what was your first thought that, as 17, that the darkness was?
Basically, before we knew what the darkness was going to be, what did we think it was going to be? I guess we didn't know. I guess partially, I don't think Sam had any idea. You know, I mean, this is something that it's pre-biblical. So
we didn't even know that.
We didn't know what it was. I mean, the first anybody really heard of it was from Death. And so a lot of people didn't think it existed. I don't think Castiel thought it existed. So we're all out of sorts. But it's supernatural, right? So that's what we get to do. I'm going to go over here with the iPad in the first row.
I want to know how you feel about yourselves and the show being so influential on creativity through transformative works, fan vids, fan art.
It's it's cool. I think all of that style of art and inspiration and stuff has obviously blossomed a ton over the past probably 5 years. Yeah, with the internet and all of the things you can do with technology. So I certainly don't think it's just us. I see fan art on about every show and about every movie and all that kind of stuff. However, there is quite a bit in regards to supernatural, and we get to see some of it. Sometimes we certainly don't see all of it. There's some pretty artistic people out there. I will say that.
Yeah, I think even beyond art, I think being a part of something that has inspired creativity, it has inspired
in any way, yeah.
Yeah, and philanthropy. I think it's nice to be a part of something that we're all building and growing together. I mean, we get to kind of express ourselves creatively and philanthropically.
Good one.
Yeah. Not too early for that. It's a mountain. So it's nice to be part of something that
inspires any kind of creativity. Yeah.
Go more over there, way on the end with the red hair. Yes, you. Yes.
First of all, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Awesome. I just wanted to know, is it like weird seeing yourself in one of your episodes like being tortured or like dying? Like, how do you respond to that?
My initial response is to like make sure my kids aren't looking at the screen, and I mean that. Like so Tom, every now and again when we're we'll put an iPad in his hand and have him watch like a young person's show, like Dinosaur Train or Frozen or something. Yeah, some Dinosaur Train fans out there. See you at the Dino Train convention. No, but he now will push the button and go to YouTube and just start, and I think like Jen will, every now and again if she misses me and I'm at work or they're in Austin, she'll put on like an interview to where, or a gag reel or something, but on the side, it's like recommended videos. There'll be videos of Sam getting beat up, and I've died a lot in movies and shows and gotten beat up a lot in movies and shows. Yeah, I think it's more difficult for my family, like my mom or my brother or my child. You know, I kind of remember doing it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I've worked hard to keep Tom from seeing his face on the screen. It's difficult. Yeah, but we're seeing those things. It's it's hard to be judgmental, or look at it from an audience perspective when you're watching yourself. I think that he and I are both, when we watch ourselves, we're not overly critical about our what we're doing.
Yeah, we're overly critical about it.
Probably. I think it's more of like, okay, how could I have done that better? What could I learn from what I just saw? And it's also educational, in not just from seeing what we're doing as a performance, but also seeing how the editors are cutting those scenes together and understanding that, oh, okay, wow, I didn't expect them to use that shot, or I didn't expect them to use that music, and that really changes the feel of what I was doing. And so you kind of, once you start getting that education and seeing the final product, then you can start tailoring your performance on the day. And I think it's been a nice kind of marriage of that over the past 10 years. Yeah, green sweatshirt.
You can yell it.
First, I want to say, Jared, your smile melts my heart.
Grayson?
Melts.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
Vincent, your smile affects a completely different part of my body.
Yeah, you had asked a question about the cheesiest thing.
My question was, all of the strange situations that Sam and Dean end up in, and all of the ridiculous scenes that you have to film, is there ever a point where you're filming something and you just think to yourself, what the hell am I doing?
All the time.
Can you give an example?
The dog episode comes into play. I'm hanging my head out the window and checking out a poodle. This is my life.
I think Nutcracker comes to mind. And also playing ourselves in French Mistake was certainly fun. But there are
a lot of times when we stop and go, what the hell
on the plus side,
are we doing?
Like, we as a show don't take ourselves too seriously, right? So that's kind of the joy of it. But there are certainly times when you sit there, you look at each other, and you're like, we're grown men. Like, this is our profession. What's wrong with us?
I'll never forget in Monster Movie, I may have told you guys this, Todd Stashwick, who played Dracula, and I'm dressed up in like lederhosen, and I'm strapped to a big board, and he's got the whole Dracula thing, and he just walks up and he's like, we're grown men, and we do this for a living. I'm like, wow, that is a reality check. So yes, to answer your question, we have those moments quite often. Yeah.
You look good doing it.
Hey. Go ahead.
I see a person pointing to a person with a phone. Yes.
Yes.
Well, now I'm scared.
Yeah, the one with the... Oh.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
One thing I have to say to you really quick, okay? It's gonna be really weird, but you're gonna laugh, okay?
Yep. It's a little different from what I was wearing.
A sock.
But I appreciate the gesture.
You can pull them back up.
All day like this.
You're gonna go around all day like that?
Yesterday I remember doing
Very slowly. Yeah.
Actually, like wobbling around and stuff. Yeah.
You need tearaways.
Oh my gosh, yeah!
I love it when they do things at the same time.
Will Demon Dean's haircut ever come back? Like the little switch that we had?
The little what?
Like you had your hair would swish over to the
little
side.
bit longer.
Yeah, when you were Demon Dean, that was.
Oh, the Demon Dean?
Yeah, that was just.
I was just trying to shake it up a bit, I needed a different look for some of that karaoke action. Yeah, I don't know. I think Demon Dean didn't really care, so he just kind of did whatever he wanted, and I think Dean's a little bit more militant in the fact that he's like, listen, you gotta have short hair so it doesn't get in the way. I don't understand what the hell he's doing, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I think if he had long hair also, then he wouldn't be able to make fun of Sam.
This is true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna go way to the sombrero in the back. Arriba.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
In most of the, if not all, most of the episodes, you guys or some of the cast members says a word or a phrase in Spanish. Is it you guys coming up with that, or do the writers come up with that? And do you like speaking those little Spanish phrases in the episode?
Sí.
And which one is your favorite?
Sorry, say it again.
What was the last part there? I missed that.
Which one is your favorite Spanish phrase to say in the show?
Oh God, I don't remember the Spanish phrase in the show.
My favorite, well, this isn't really answering your question, and it's not really a Spanish phrase, but it makes me think of, we have two camera assistants. One of them is named Jose, and he works on A camera, and the other one's name is Rodrigo, and he works on B camera. But we call him Jose and Jose B.
In fact, they're the ones, there's a gag of Jensen and I entering, and then it cuts to two, yes.
That's Jose and Jose B.
Jose and Jose B.
Also known as Jose and Rodrigo.
I love the Spanish language. I took it in school, and like my sister and I went to Argentina season 4, and so I refreshed over like a month or two and got decent. But the problem was I was just decent enough for the Argentines to think I could speak Spanish, so they would just bust into Spanish, like, no entiendo. And so we were in a cab ride, scared for our lives, because I had kind of given directions in Spanish, and so the guy started talking, he was talking about the music in Spanish, and like if I liked this band on the radio, and I was like, yeah, see, and so he just continues to go, blasts the music, and is like yelling in Spanish to the back seat. I looked at my sister, I was like, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. Listening to like Argentine club music. It was a lot of fun.
But any of the stuff that you see on the show, it is written. They write that stuff in. Yeah. Adding.
When I first saw that you guys were speaking in Spanish or even a little phrase,
I felt so appreciated. I mean, I'm a Mexican American, and the fact that you guys did that.
Awesome, great.
We'll have to beef that up then.
Yeah, well, of course. Your turn.
All right.
I got a naked girl last time, so.
How about that handsome fellow there with the beard?
Yeah.
But what is y'all's favorite prank that has happened on the set?
Favorite?
Jared trying to destroy Misha's face with a pie was pretty good. Yeah, and I don't mean like Jared just pieing Misha. I mean literally like him trying to break his nose. There was, if I was Misha and Jared made contact with his face here, there was part of the whipped cream that was beyond this curtain.
Like on the lights?
Oh yeah. He exploded. I just was like, oh!
Yeah. I knew I had to do it fast. So, unfortunately,
but you didn't have to do it with fast and power.
How can I do it fast, not powerful?
Honestly, hit my hand as hard as you hit his face. It was this hard.
Which doesn't seem as hard, but it was pretty hard.
You went through him. You were like. That was pretty awful to watch. Also, the coins were pretty good.
The coins, yeah, the coins in my trailer.
Misha lost a bet to him and owed him how many? It was like
$1,800.
$1,800. So Misha went around all of the Lower Mainland.
And he didn't pay me for like months. So I was like, hey, you know, I didn't want to. I was like, listen, we thought it was going to be, you know, $50 or something. It turned out to be like just under $2,000. I was like, dude, you do not.
It was a really bad bet.
It was a really
Let's
bad
just put it that way.
Bet $10 a point.
Never supposed to. Yeah, it was supposed to be like $30 that he was going to lose. And so he spent like a month collecting loose change until he had $1,800 worth of coins in buckets.
Yeah, he went around to all the banks and had his wife go around to all the banks in Canada asking for pennies. I think he ended up getting a letter like from law enforcement, like why he was trying to rid Canada of change or something.
Like this is some sort of movement that he's starting.
So he put it all in my trailer, and then I put it all back into his car with a note saying, I'd like to make a donation to Random Acts. And he said, like, a few got in the seatbelt, and so he couldn't, like, pick his seatbelt.
And into his gear shift, too. Like, it was like rattling change every time.
He was like 6 months later, he'd come to a stop at a stoplight, and he'd like, change like his passengers would be like, what's going on? Nothing, it's a long story. So that was pretty fun. We keep it light on set.
Oh yeah, it usually involves in something to do with Misha and trying to ruin his life, and it's worked out so well.
We got another gentleman right here.
I just wanted to ask about your Tough Mudder run earlier. Was there anything funny that happened, and who was the weakest link?
The Tough Mudder?
Man.
The weakest link, oddly enough, was the one we were counting on the most.
Oh yeah.
Which was Ozra.
Yeah.
We thought, all right, listen, if in doubt, we're gonna just rely on the ninja to get us through, and it'll be fine. And he ended up having some knee issues, like
he has lifelong knee issues, right? And so he didn't have cartilage in his knees from gymnastics and stuff. And so after what 6 or 7 miles,
we ended up like
carrying him.
He and I actually started carrying him like on our backs.
I think there were some funny parts with Mans. So at the 2 mile mark, it's 10.5 miles or something. At the 2 mile mark, Jason Mans is like, "All right, fellas, that's it." We're like, "What is he out?" He's like, "Nope, I've now officially run more today than I had all year." And then there's a part called like the fireman carry, where you team up and you carry one person for 50 yards, and then they carry you for 50 yards. So naturally, they put me and Mans together because we're the biggest ones. And so this is like 8 miles.
I got Richard's space, so I got off easy. I'm like, all right, Rich, hop on.
So Mans, I was like, okay, let me get down. And so I get down like this, and he goes to get on my back, but we're all muddy, and so he ends up launching over my back. Let's do it again. And so he like leapfrogged over me. We just ended up like face planting.
And Jason, for those of you who don't know, Jason's a very close friend of ours, and some of his music's been on the show. But he fluctuates in weight quite often, and he was at his rather larger size when we decided to do this Tough Mudder run. And I remember there was a I think it was called the Berlin Wall was the obstacle.
Oh, yeah.
And it was basically like a 10-foot wooden wall that we had to get over. So Jared and I were able to like just jump, grab the top, and pull ourselves over. Jason's like, I'm gonna need a little help, guys. So I backed myself up against the wall, and I gave him one of the footholds, and he stepped on it, then stepped on my shoulder, then put his other foot on this shoulder, and I'm just like, we're all over the wall, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, and he goes, hey man, I'm gonna have to jump. So I think he was pushed like 260, yeah. And so I've got 260 on my shoulders, and then now he's going to do this. And then we got over, so it happened, and I was like, wow, that was not cool. And then we get over the wall, and I'm like, there's another one? So I had to do the same thing again. But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and I think there's lots of talk of us doing it again next year, and possibly having a bigger team. We only had 6 guys this time. I think the word's gotten out. Everybody's like, well, I want to do it. Misha's in, Cohen's in, so there's going to be a few more of us next time.
I'm going to go way over here in the green, the light seafoamers. Yes.
Obviously, you two were saying that you have to separate reality from your real lives. But do you ever sit at home after a day of filming and just kind of think, oh, we should have done whatever, X, Y, and Z? And if so, have any of those decisions affected something that carried out into the next
episode?
Yeah.
I think constantly about like, oh man, it would have been fun to do this, or cool to do that, or I should have tried this. But that's just one of the, I mean, that's kind of where art imitates life, right? And so there's a sort of pleasure and satisfaction in having to get, and I'm a procrastinator. I'll work on something for, yeah, let's hear procrastination. I'm a perfectionist.
I mean, who gets stuff done in a timely manner these days?
By nature, I'm a perfectionist, so I don't want to turn anything in. So being forced on a regular basis to turn something in, for lack of a better word, is almost cathartic. As far as carrying on to another, yeah, I think Misha is the best example. He signed on to do the show. I think he signed on for a couple episodes, and so he did his voice. And now 8 years later, he's like, "What? Did I do that voice?" Because now I'm having to like do the Castiel voice. You know, I think he like ripped his vocal cord.
Yeah, he's seeking medical attention now.
No. He echoed. I should not. He had an echo. His vocal cord had ripped. I remember he like when we did the Stone.
Yeah, there was like some weird like.
Yeah, we were like, what?
It was bizarre. I'd never heard of it.
He was talking, and then I was like, wait a second. Do I hear something? Because
there's some like sort weird echoey harmonic that was happening too.
We asked our sound guy. We were like,
he's not human.
We asked if there was like if there was feedback or something in the earpieces, and our boom operator, our sound guy, was like, no, that's just Misha is echoing. Like as he was talking, he's like has a slight echo. It's the weirdest thing. It healed, I guess.
Yeah, I stopped kind of
caring long ago.
Yeah, I stopped going I should have done this a long time ago, because really at the end of the day, when you finish shooting, you go home, you can't go back and redo it. It's what's done is done. So you know, that's you can certainly learn from it if there was, you know, it's like, oh, maybe I should have done this, so maybe next time I'll do that. So there might be a tad bit of that, but going, oh man, if I could just go back, no, I don't do that, because then it would be, that would just drive me nuts. And not to mention, I pretty much nail it, so I really. All right, I think we've got time for one more. How about white shirt? Just yell it. Yeah. I love that we're ending on this one. Your daughter asked Mark and Misha if they would rather be a mermaid or a fairy.
And they said yes.
What were their answers? He's not lying. Misha wants to be a fairy. Well, he's pretty close. He's not far off.
Yeah, I gotta say, you gotta fly, man.
Yeah, I mean, a little pixie dust and boom. I think he's pretty much got it nailed.
As long as you don't get caught in the microwave. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Or get near Dean Winchester.
Yeah, get caught in the microwave.
Fuck those fairies. Well, if I'm going to honestly answer your question, I would want to be a merman. And that's only because my daughter makes me watch The Little Mermaid all the time. And no, I'm not going to recite it for you or sing any of the songs. But just know that I can.
And he does in his trailer. Right?
Shut up. All right, guys. Thank you. We're going to... Oh, wait. Mermaid or fairy?
Fairy.
Of course. You're too big to be a fairy. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon.